So, I was saying, before, obviously, nobody can hear me, we have our little socks at the bottom, and then just sweatpants and a t-shirt. We wanted to keep the clothes pretty basic, and the reason for the shirt being completely white is we are going to have some little admin marks and stuff for whoever is out. We'll talk a little bit more about headmates and that kind of stuff later, since I know not many people know what that is. But yeah, that's why our shirt is plain. It's so that we can later put little markings in there, so you know what it is. And then we have our little necklace on our neck, and it has an M for Multie, which is the name of this VTuber model. And then now I'll go back to being more zoomed in on the face, so you can really see what's going on here. That should be good. And then gotta make myself a little smaller on OBS. Alright. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So you can see that we have ombre in our hair. It goes from blue to green and then yellow at the bottom. It does move, our hair does move a little bit, not too much. It's more just kind of moves with the head, because it's kind of like just a couple pieces. So it moves more like when we move back and forth. And then as you can see, we have these little tendrils on our head, and that is, the model is a kind of different creature, not completely human, as you can probably tell from the eyes too. At the ends here we have little yellow bulbs, and we're going to be working on making those glow at some point so they can like light up when we're talking and stuff like that. Obviously there's a lot to do with rigging with as far as assets and extra stuff is concerned, so that will all be a work in progress. Then you can see in my eyes, it's kind of the same colors as the hair and the kind of space background thing that we have going on. We have purple on the outside, and then a ring of yellow, a ring of green, and then blue on the inner. And they can look around, and obviously they can blink. We can raise our eyebrows and move those around. And then with our mouth, obviously it moves when we're talking, but it also moves if we smile, like that. And if we frown, I have to do it a little weird, but it can go down. Yeah. So that's how the mouth and everything moves. And other than that, I think we can start going on to the slides. Let me see here. Just do a little click there. Okay. And then, so we're going to talk about some basic stuff first of the model and us. So first off, I'm going to talk a little bit about who we are. We are Multispace. We go by Multi without the E. With the E, we'll get into later, is the character, but without the E, we kind of go with that just like as a nickname, but Multispace is the normal one. And then we have MS Gray, which is our pen name. So if you see when we're releasing books and stuff like that, MS Gray is the name that we will be going by. For collectively, just as a body and a system, we use they, them pronouns. We present pretty androgynously, and since, you know, there's headmates with different genders and stuff, we just go by the basics. They, them is neutral. Our birthday is July 5th, 2004, and we are 18 right now. Obviously, we're turning 19 this year. And then I will talk a little bit more about what headmates are and that kind of thing, since I know most people don't know a lot about it. So to start with, we don't have a diagnosis or anything yet. We have been working like with professionals and stuff on how to go about being ourselves and also figuring things out and cooperating with each other and that kind of stuff. But basically, if you've seen anything about like DID or OSDD, that's kind of what headmates are. We don't use super specific language because we aren't diagnosed, so we don't want to kind of like announce that we are something and then later on figure out that we're not. So we just use the term headmates and stuff like that so that we don't confuse anybody. Right now I'm Bun, I'm the one who's talking, and there are others. We are putting out introduction videos for each of us, so if you want to learn more about us as individuals, you can go check those out. I have mine up, and then most of ours are up now. We have like 1 or 2 coming out today, 1 or 2 coming out tomorrow, and then everyone should be introduced by then. As far as how you should treat us, we are all in the same body, so that's fine, and calling us our collective pronouns and collective name, multi-space, multi, MS gray, all of that is totally fine, regardless of who's out. Obviously, it's a lot easier when streaming because you'll have that little visual cue on the shirt to know who is fronting. So you'll be able to tell who that is, and you can always refer to our introduction videos if you need any cues on that. The emoji system is explained through those too, and you'll just be able to tell a lot easier than if we were just talking to you one-on-one, because of that, again, visual cues. You don't have those in real life, but you'll be able to see them on stream. So now we're moving on to the character, which is this guy right here, our VTuber model. So his name is Multie with an E, and they are the character behind the model. We obviously are not the model itself. The model is a character on its own. That's kind of what VTubers do. But obviously we're also going to be like streaming as ourselves. Just the looks and everything are based on this character. They are an eldritch hive mind, and they come from another dimension, and their lore and stuff will be discussed later on. That's why, obviously, they're not completely human, so they have their little tendrils and stuff on the sides of their heads, and they are basically have motives that we will go over later. Now we get to move on to the fun stuff. We're gonna start with Multie, the character VTuber. So basically, Multie is a hive mind that was created by a group of eldritch entities from another dimension. They have many forms, with the one you see here today being their most popular. Multie's goal is to learn more about people, and you can ignore that last bit. For Multie's goals, they want to become popular and well-liked by humans. They want to learn how to assimilate and fit into Earth. And they want to collect information on people. And I'm not sure what's going on with the red text there, but that's... You can ignore that part. For growing the channel, Multie obviously wants to meet as many people as possible, so they will be working to make a lot of different content that is appealing to a wide a wide range of audiences. They will be getting additional appearances in the future to show up. Some of these will be created entirely by us. Some of them might have another person working on the art or the rigging, and then sometimes there's also free models available, so we might use those too. Obviously, if anything is not created by us, you'll be able to find that information in the description. Now we can talk more about us as Multispace, as the creators behind the VTuber, so to speak. Since we have a lot of interests, our content will be pretty diverse. We plan on doing a lot of different stuff. So far, we plan on playing games, doing art streams, making music, listening to music, karaoke, that kind of stuff. We want to read either some of our stories or some public works, and then sometimes we'll just talk to you like we're doing now, and other times we will be setting up hand cams, so for cooking or maybe building little models and like Lego kind of stuff, possibly cooking, but we're really bad at it, so that would be a journey. For our schedule, you can see that published on Twitter at Multie VTuber every Sunday. We'll have one of those coming out later today. I think I'm going to show this at the end of the stream. This is an example of what our schedule will look like. So it has our model, and then it has the days of the week listed out, and in the white boxes you'll be able to see what content we have scheduled. Here are some quick facts about us. The youngest of us is 4, and the oldest of us is 27. Obviously the youngest won't be streaming on his own or anything like that. Anyone under 13 will always be kind of accompanied with another headmate if they want to stream. All of us identify as LGBTQ in some kind of form, whether that be with our gender or our sexuality or both. I think all of us say our pronouns in our introductions, and I think most of us talk about our sexuality a little bit too. We started recognizing that we were plural around 2019, but again, we don't have a diagnosis yet. Here are some of our general interests. I'll just go down the quick list for that, and you can check out more in depth later. So we like watching media, we like making art and looking at art. We like literature, whether that be writing our own stuff or reading books. We like playing video games, and there's a list of all of the systems and stuff that we have, so you can expect us to be playing games on those. Then we also like music. We like making music, listening to music, singing. We've been learning how to play the piano, but we're not very fluent at it or anything yet. And then finally we have more interests that are specific to certain headmates, and those can be found on our introduction videos. I added in a little slide about theater since it's been a big part of our life. For theater specifically, we've watched a lot of different musicals and plays. You can see all of those on the first little paragraph here. And then the second one is like amateurly done plays, so ones that were put on by our school. And then at the end you can see all of the performances that we've been a part of, and kind of know where we started. We actually started theater when we were 8 years old, and then our last play was last year, around this time actually, and we did The Wizard of Oz as our senior kind of final thing. We're not sure if we're going to be performing in anything else, but I would definitely like to at some point. Finally, with us, we have our pet dog. His name is Jackson. He's a pit mix, and he's 10 years old in September. His birthday is September 27th. Well, his adoption day is September 27th. And we adopted him from the animal shelter. He's very cute, and I wanted to share him. That's all that I had prepared today, so I'll go ahead and log off, and I will see you guys later.